Well, hello everyone. Welcome back to another stream of Myst. As always, just setting up a few more things because there's quite a lot to do since it's a fairly tricky setup. But everything should be good and we shouldn't have to worry about sound. I hope whatever settings we have been saved from last time. Just setting up anything. Yes, I can see. And I should be able to start. Let me just switch over to the game view. It's lagging for a bit. It should fix itself after a while. Just gonna check also on the screen. You can hear me. Although I don't really have a way to do that. That wouldn't involve streaming the sounds of my computer. Okay, hold on. Just a few more things. Switching over to here. Twitch. Let's see. Let's see if I can hear myself. 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 Okay, hold on. I'm gonna set up a few more things and just because I'm not sure. Definitely not. There we go. Alright, so. Alright, so. Do another test. Just gonna do another one. Do another test. Just gonna do another one. Alright, things are working. I believe they are. Yeah. Okay, things should be good. Alright, so. Things should be alright. I should be able to stream to switch to this window. Oh, hold on. Gotta put this like that. And I would like for it to stop lagging. Just had to ask. Perfect. Let me switch over to OBS and one final test. It's not lagging. Perfect. Well, I'm gonna go over and start the episode now. So, last time we ended the game in the final age on the final puzzle. Okay. No. Load. Selenitic. Have to clean my glasses first. Then we can get on. We ended because. Oh, you can't hear it from there. Alright, I'm sorry about the occasional lag, especially since it seems to be fairly severe from time to time. But this should be the last stream with it. I don't have any game on my headset that I'd like to stream, and every other VR game I'll be buying on my PC, so any lag shouldn't be because of streaming issues between the headset. Because right now, hold on, just there we go. So right now, I am streaming. For those of you who are new, I'm streaming Myst, the remastered version from 2021, and we've been going for 2 episodes. It's been a very chill time. If you see any issues with me not reading the chat, or if you see me do this, it's because I'm reading the chat. But if you have any issues with me not noticing your message, or with the stream lagging like it currently is, it is because I've got the game on my on my Oculus, not on Steam. So I am streaming my Oculus to Steam, to my computer, which I am then streaming on Twitch. So if there's any lag, well, it's between my headset and my computer. I would like for it to stop lagging before I can start today's episode, but you should still be able to hear me speak, so I can explain what we're gonna do. So, we ended this area at the last puzzle, which was fairly annoying because it was mostly a maze. So we didn't do it because I was also fairly tired. But after that, we should be able today to finish the maze. This is fairly annoying. There's like a weird texture thing around my vision. And today it is fairly close to my eyes. Right here, I don't know if you can see it, there's a cutoff in the vision. Oh! No, I was about to say it's back to normal. Well, today will not be very interesting in terms of what you have to see. It is very annoying to have this cutoff in resolution. Hold on. Because it seemed like the resolution of my screen display classic video mode, subtitle language, display dialogue, frame movement, for ladders, flip from stairs. I still have some issues on my headset. Hold on, it's gonna be a doozy to set it all up again. Streaming in VR. Hey. it's not the game, it's the fact that I'm streaming the. Well, don't worry, it should be fixed at some point. It's the fact that I'm streaming the video from my Oculus to my computer. I don't have the game on I have also remotely, but I have to like just fix it. I'm going to save this for later. I'm sorry for this. But again, as I was saying, we're not going to do anything too complicated in terms of looking at stuff today, so it shouldn't be much of an issue. I mean, it is still an issue because it's game lagging, but whatever. So yeah, hello. Thanks for stopping by. It's nice to see that you could make it to the stream and that the email notifications worked. Let me just take my phone and I'll set up the chat because I don't even have the chat in game. Again, final time this happens. It is still lagging. Oh. Not much I can do about that though. Oh, well, see ya then. Don't worry, if you have some things to do, it's normal. Poop. I'll see you next time, maybe on a later stream, maybe just talking on Discord. Let's see, so. Behind this door is the thing that was causing us the issue last time. Ah, it stopped lagging, nice. It's gonna start in 10 seconds, but that's 10 seconds of not lag. So the issue was behind this door. It is basically this submarine kind of thing, except it just goes underground. I don't know how much of this I gotta recap. I'd assume if you're watching this, you've watched either the first two streams or you are fairly well versed in Myst. So basically, we're just trying to find a way to exit this place, and the way to exit this place is somewhere down there, or at least the way of going to the exit of this place is somewhere down there. So let's open this up, and we are going to be solving this maze that we've got down there. Alright, let's go down. That's better. Okay, so we got this mess of tracks that is going to last for quite some time because it's a fairly big mine shaft, and somewhere in there, there is what we are looking for. A way out of here. Can I? Oh, come on. No, apparently not. So, we're gonna be looking for it. Now, I've already done this part in VR. It's not fun to do a map of the whole thing, so I'm not doing it again. And I don't want to just use the solution that the map that from last time. Because since we've put the game on randomizer, the solution might be different, first of all. And second of all, I actually want to kind of do this in a different way this time. So what we're going to do is we're going to follow the right wall, because if I remember correctly, the exit is closer to around there, or is accessible through the right wall. Now it's going to be hard to do that in this setup, because we can't always look behind us, to the side and stuff. So in order to know what's the left wall, we will come from somewhere. So we'll go, let's just do it right now. Let's go forward. Oh, this is going to be nauseating. what we want to do is follow the left wall. So let's just do a full-on 360, 180. Oh, this is going to be nauseating, yeah. Okay, any settings for this? Because I really don't want to be doing this. I'm fairly tired. Turn mode, snap degree, free movement, quick ladder, vehicle transitions. Sure. It's gonna be annoying, but it's better. I'm sorry, I really. Or I could just place them, but it close my. I'm gonna do that for your viewing purposes. I'm just gonna close my eyes when I'm rotating. All right, so we are facing where we were. We are just going to follow and turn this way until we find somewhere to go. And then if you imagine an invisible wall that goes around the maze, then this is following the right one. Oof. So we're just gonna be doing that for a while. I don't really see a better way to do it, because even if I had access to some kind of map, like even if I made a map, I wouldn't really be able to show it to you in a good way. So we're just gonna be doing this for a while. Alright, well it was south. So in terms of we're gonna I don't have a lot of subjects, so I'm hoping we can find the exit fairly quickly. But I do have one subject we can talk about, and it is what I'm going to be doing after this stream. Because you'd expect for me to play Riven. The game came out not too long ago, um, and it's the name of the stream. So you'd expect for me to play Riven. I'm not gonna be playing Riven, I think, because in 2 weeks I'll be going away for another week. We just have to go back there apparently. In 2 weeks I'll be going away for another week, and I don't feel like starting Riven if I'm not gonna be able to. What do you mean, Ding? What? Oh, you can just. Is it bringing me all the way back to the start? No, okay, hang on. Okay, so, it is. I'm not gonna be streaming in VR for too long today, like, because I'm fairly tired and this headset is really hurting me. But we're just gonna be doing this, listening to the speeches from the brothers, and seeing the true ending, and then that should be enough. Yeah, okay, there's just nothing. That should be enough for today, and then I'll switch over quickly to um, another version of Myst, an older one, onto which we can read the books in the library to get the lore. Anyway, you'd expect for me to be playing Riven after this, but I don't really want to, since I'm going away, as I've said. And okay, and we'll be playing Riven afterwards, though, like when I come back from my holiday. But yeah, next week I'll be streaming. Probably the week after that I'll be not streaming. I'll be on a holiday, and then the week after that I will be playing Riven. VR, not VR. I should be able to switch between the two as I please, depending on if I am ready to be playing in VR or not, which can depend if I am tired. In the meantime, I am open to suggestions for a short game we could play in about a week, in about a week's time. Because, like, today we're finishing Myst, and next stream, okay, and so that means like 1 or 2 more streams during the week, although I might be, it depends on Wednesday I won't be available, maybe on Thursday, maybe tomorrow, I don't know, it'll depend. Probably not tomorrow, but we'll see. It depends on what I find. I might also just take a short break of streaming. I mean, a short break is a lot to say when I haven't been streaming 2 weeks ago, and I won't be streaming in 2 weeks. Ooh, that's a good one. Well, that's... Oh. Whew. We're going far away. Did we find something, maybe? Yeah. I don't understand what this button is for. Though it's making different noise sometimes. Maybe it's to tell us how close we are to the end? Because each point makes a certain noise. Wow. Yeah, here it's a tonk. Yeah, so I'm open to suggestions for streaming ideas for short games. That could be streamed over like around a week, so the end of the week and then next week. Else I might find something in my Steam library that I'd be willing to play. It shouldn't be too hard to find because I've got a decent amount of games. Though week-long games I haven't played, I'm not sure. But you know, we can always find something. Seem to be in a long corridor. I hope this leads to the exit because that would make this maze a lot quicker. And while I really like this environment, while this looks fairly... Oh, that's better. While this looks fairly good, honestly, I love caves and all that, this is definitely far from my favorite part of Myst. I vastly prefer the island and stuff. Let's see if there's anything on the other side, else this is just a giant dead end. Although, there's gotta be something here. Oh, come on, there's gotta be something here. Oh, Well, let's go back and let's hope there's something back there. Over on, like, the right. Over on this side. Mm. There, please. It's just a giant dead end, isn't it? Oh, I'm very far back. That's why you can see in the circle. Okay, hold on. What is causing the circle to appear? This should be better. Alright. Please, please, please. Oh, it's a dead end. Oh! No, it's not. And it's fairly hidden. Maybe that's the thing. Maybe it's the one. Maybe that's the one. Okay. That's another kind of sound. I don't know whether it's a good one or a bad one, but we can go this way, so that's good to know. And that's where we're going. Alright. This might be the correct way, because it's like a big kind of maze. This noise is supposed to tell us how close we are. I don't suppose tonk is a very good answer. Yeah. I believe this is a dead end. Is it lagging over on the stream? Eh. Not as much as it used to, so that's fine by me. Anything on there? Didn't see anything too promising. Nope. This is where I'm from. Did I do a full 180 last time? I think I maybe came from... Oh, I came from here. So, it means we could go over to here. This even seems designed so that you go in a dead end and then go back. To me, that sounds promising. Oh. I don't know what ding means. Maybe I can go up when there's a ding. I can go this way at least, that's for sure. That's where I'm going. I do, maybe ding seems sounds like we are going closer, because ding was the sound we had when we were first, like, when we were in the first one. So it would make sense that this ding, turning a lot. It would make sense that this ding indicates, hey, you're getting close to another place where you can go up. Oh, and then the clunk is not an indicator of that. Well, again, let's hope this is not a dead end. For now it looks like it is. Maybe there's something over on there. Because I come from here. And I'm going back there. Yep. Full steam ahead. Is this a steam-powered machine? Potentially still a steam-powered machine. With how it looks, it could very much be. Goodness. Well, let's hope there's something on the right. Please? Dang it. We're going back. Forget my own speech about this place being fairly, like... Nah. Potentially the end or something. Well, how do I know when I'm at a place where I can go back up? Let me go back there and try to go back up, because maybe that is actually the solution. Oh, I am turning quite a bit compared to... Ouch. Compared to the computer. Maybe that's why it was putting the blue zone. Alright, can I go up? No. I don't think so. I hope so, at least. Alright, so this should be the next one. Yes, because I'm following the right wall, which makes me take a turn around there. Ding. Okay, nice. It's nice to see you have a way to go right away. Although I am not going there. Um, I am going there. That's a turning one. Oh, this is... Yeah, I don't remember ending up in a good kind of physical to mental state last time I played this game. Last time I did this specifically in the game. Because I was again writing on my computer the path which I was exploring. So doing a full spin around every area I found and putting on a sheet of paper the directions and where I could go so that I could know what I have explored, what I haven't explored, where I am currently, and have a map for potential future playthroughs. If I can't find anything, I'll just back up all the way to the start and use it, if it's not anything new. Hopefully it isn't. Hopefully this is it, like hopefully this is the end of it all. Okay. What do you mean? Well, we'll find out at one point. Let's go forwards. I'm going to run out of commentary though, and I do not have any subject to bring on. Oh, this looks like it's a big for many different paths. Also, I hope this isn't the kind of maze that, like, you know, has loops. Because if it is the kind of maze that has loops, I mean, as long as we don't get stuck in a loop, we shouldn't care about it. Except, now the issue with mazes with loops is that if you take a wrong turn at some point, you'll end up on the loop, which is not good because then you go in circles. And the other issues is, oh come on, there's so many places to go. The other issues is if the loop has the exit within it. So like, you know, there's like a loop and you follow the outside of the loop and the exit is somewhere inside, you know. Because in that case, then you're just gonna follow a wall that's never gonna lead to the loop, and therefore you're not maybe even not gonna realize there's a loop. So I don't believe it's like this in this maze. I don't hope it's like this in this maze, but you never know. Can I go up? Can I go up? Okay, there's another path. Path. I really wonder if they randomized this one. Morbid curiosity, I guess. But if they randomized it, then it must be hell. Can I go up? Hmm. Oh, okay, there's a path. Hmm. Um, Give me just a second. Alright. okay. I mean, this is kind of relaxing, you know? Going around in circle, repeating the same pattern until I maybe find something. There's a relaxing aspect about this. Specifically, since technically I don't even need to care where I'm at or where I'm going. I just do a full 130 and then keep going until I find something, and I know I'll always be on the correct path. Full 130, there's nothing. Well, let's just keep going until we find something. There we go. Don't know if that's where we came from, but no. I can grab just while it's animating, I can grab the lever when it's coming back, and I'm holding it, but I'm also not holding it. Oh. Alright, that sounds like a place we could go. That sounds like a place where we're gonna go. I would talk about video game news, but I don't really know any. There's the Steam sales going on Steam. It's nice. There's a lot of games, like cool games that you can take for a fairly cheap price. Don't forget to take if you haven't, take the Portal games, because usually on those, and the Half-Life series also, on those sales, they go for very, very, very cheap. I'm talking like like less than a buck for like a few games. And Portal, I mean, Portal. There's no introducing Portal other than saying that it's Portal. But like, yeah, just don't. If you want to play at some point, sales like this are the correct time to get them. Other than that, Switch 2 is coming out. They've talked about the fact they wanted to avoid. I don't remember the term they used. Basically, people that like buy the console in huge quantities and then sell them for a more expensive price to the people that couldn't get the console. They wanted to avoid that, so they're gonna really have like a lot of stock for the Switch 2, and anyone should be able to get it apparently. So that's nice. And that's some good news. Good news going on Nintendo's side. Really hyped to see the launch titles for the Nintendo Switch 2. Because the Switch's launch title were very, very good. And I mean, we're not getting another like open world Zelda games. I mean, I should first finish them, any of them, before like talking about them. But a new 3D Mario game, big fan of Odyssey, would love to see another one. Other than that, I don't. Oh, I don't really know if I have any ideas of what to expect. New Smash Bros would be fairly interesting. Please add my boy Karate Joe to Smash Bros. He deserves it. New Rhythm Heaven game would also be cool, but I'm not sure as a launch title it would fit, nor is it really a possibility. But I'm very hyped. Again, Switch 1, there was Snipper Clips, which was a very good launch title. And if we get a few more games like this that have kind of an indie feel as launch titles, I'm totally on board with this. Oh, listen to that sound effect. It has both the psh and then the bing. Maybe that's interesting. Maybe that's news that we're coming onto something. Or maybe not. Other than that, I don't really have any news about the current state of video games. Other than it's good. Specifically indie games. There's a lot of good indie games that are coming out. I'd say fairly recently. I don't believe it is that recent, but Nine Souls, apparently, very good game that came out at a decently short amount of time. This is a weird place. The geometry is clipping into the pillars. If you look at the pillars over there, they are going to be clipping through the geometry. Huh. Yeah, look at that. Maybe that's a sign. Oh, that is a sign. That is a sign. Oh, oh, oh. Ooh. Oh, ho, 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 ho. Ah, yes. And you know the funny thing is, I did a whole map of this area. I believe I did find this area at some point, and I just left because I wanted to keep cartographing. Cartographing? I just wanted to keep like finishing the map because I didn't have much left. Maybe this whole area I just explored because I think I went the other way around. Also, nice. No, nice stuff on this button. It's really reaction. That's nice. No, this I think is again part of the reason why this area is so good. Let me just set the headset correctly because here we have like half of what's cool looking about this entire zone, and I want to be able to enjoy it. First of all, look at that. Rails disappearing in the distance, a cavern that goes nowhere, and void as far as the eye can see. How was this track set? Why is it so rusty? The lights, where the electricity comes from? I don't know, there's probably a reason. Most importantly, oh, this looks beautiful. Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that, those giant crystals. Oh, that is wonderful. And then right there. Ooh. Oh. And the book, this age, this entire age, is definitely Myst's more stylish area. Look at that. The molten lava dripping down, the stalactites. I would go back and enjoy the surface, but that would require a trip from all the way there to all the way here, or the opposite, and then back if I wanted to do it right now. But I think that's gonna be it. This is, again, such a wonderful area. Do I have a good frame rate? Yeah, nice. I love caves. I love caves. They are just so good looking. But alas, it is time to head back to Myst. Ooh, that was shorter than expected, although that was kind of also longer than expected. Ooh, already 7:50. Well, there's not a lot left to do. There we go. So, well, then exactly what's left? Please, please, please. Yes, perfect. First of all, listening to the two brothers. Okay, we've got a lot of things to listen to. We're gonna be listening to them here and getting the endings. Second of all, we need to find the code for this. We've got a panel of numbers, and here we've got a book with many different numbers. And I do not know which one is correct, and I will admit that is the one puzzle in Myst that I forgot. So this is our final puzzle. We need to find a number that relates to one of these patterns. And I do believe there's like 100 of these. Every single double-digit number has one of those. Hey. We should be coming onto the end now. It keeps going. I don't know. No. Okay. So think. What number did we not use? Oh, maybe there's a special orientation of the tower that gives us a hint about them. Let's see. We've oriented the tower towards this. Towards this, towards this, towards this, and towards this. That's the four things. Now, I am wondering, maybe the clock tower? Will do something? I don't believe it will, but maybe. Because technically, alright, what we're gonna find there is a book. We're gonna find a book. And we wanna... Yeah, okay. We wanna look at the book. You know, we wanna be able to see... like maybe there's something to point the tower towards. Because since we are looking for a book, it could make sense that the tower would show us a hint as to how to see it. How about I point it straight towards the tower? Other than that, my guess is that it has something to do with the two pages we couldn't reunite because they were in different places. Yeah, no. Because they said they gave us, so if you, yeah, okay. What we are looking for is the code to enter there because there's a book, and I know that it will lead us to Atros, to which we need to give a page. And an important one at that, because it is the page we received here, following his instructions, again on the torn pieces of paper, which said, turn every switch on the island, and then turn this one off. And it gave us a page, but a white one. We should be able to give him. But to do that, we would need to find a way to go inside over here and to find the correct combination. So, we've got this. And we've got more than 100 combinations within the book, which already narrows it down. Well, let's just listen to the brothers for now, I think. So, this should be serious. I do. They are all here.
I'm
Oh, Akhenaten. Oh, so he is serious.
my brother, I beg you.
Yeah. Do you think he's a hero?
Be complete.
Didn't quite get that.
Don't. Always blue pages.
Yeah, they're here.
Listen to him. Listen to my brother.
Too late for that.
Egotistical fool and a liar. Help me. Bring me the blue pages. Ignore the red ones. Don't bring the red ones. Earnestly implore you.
But
Wrongfully imprisoned. You must believe me.
I don't.
You will have my retribution. Please bring me the blue.
Oh, it.
You've returned.
Okay, I'm not listening to this thing. I'm wondering if there's any lore, actually.
Blue pages you brought for me. More. I must have some more.
Yeah. Oh,
I ask of you. Not since my brother, Cyrus, wrongfully imprisoned me within this book. Stupid scheme.
it's your father. That.
Pretty speech has been.
Oh, oh, immediately. I immediately felt sick. My God.
Great, which is endless. Be perfectly obvious to you. Evil and has destroyed all but four. Do not bring the red pages to him. You must not let him trick you. He tricked our father. Hideously murdered our father. He'll trick you.
No, he.
He'll murder you. Don't touch the red pages. You to bring the blue pages. Listen to me. Listen. You must obey me.
I'm wondering if it's just gonna be that for both for all pages, but apparently they seem to say that they murdered. I mean, I think they're gonna both accuse themselves of the same thing. Oop. Uh, the murder of their father.
Now, my friend.
Yes.
Before bringing the blue pages. Listen. Convinced that Cyrus is guilty. Do not release him. Will
Not about to.
destroy me. Just the innocent bystander have been wrongfully tricked into imprisonment. Confident you have observed his unbridled lust for riches.
Yeah, I did.
For remaining worlds. Gruesome plot was almost perfect. Blow to father. He tricked him into believing that it was I who was the murderer. I did not murder father. Bring me the remaining blue pages, please.
Yeah, it was just one.
A liar. A fool and a liar. Be freed, or there will. Remaining blue pages from the last age of Myst. I must be freed. You must free me. I cannot bear it here for eternity. Free me. Blue pages.
Okay.
Oh, my friend.
No, shut up, shut up. Okay, what's interesting about this page is that it is the final one, and I believe it is going to trigger. Oh, that's a nice effect. Oh, that's a stylish effect. I believe it is going to trigger an ending. So, before we do this, I'm not gonna listen to this because I'm just gonna like save and stuff. Save game one. Auto save. Yeah, I mean it's saving by its own. This should be nice. Well, let's see what happens when I give him the final page.
Hello. I'm Akhenaten. I'm glad to see that you have returned to help me escape from my wrongful imprisonment. It was Cirrus who did this to me. Cirrus, my wicked brother. Do not listen to him. I warn you. I warn you again. He is a liar. Do not be persuaded by his evil lies. Do not release him. He killed my father.
I don't have anything
He will kill
else to
you.
give to you.
It began when my brother Cirrus began to lust for riches. He stole from the ages of Myst. He hoarded up riches for himself. While
Oh, I remember now.
father slept away his watchfulness. My sick brother secretly pronounced himself king. King of the ages of Myst, he said. He began to look upon me in disgust. His lowly brother. I hated him. And then Cirrus began to destroy the ages of Myst. He burned their forests. He tore down their structures. He flooded their lands. He murdered their inhabitants. He completely destroyed all but 4 of the ages. Of course, I had to warn my father. But when I finally found him, there was Cirrus also talking cleverly with the lying tongue of a serpent. He convinced father that it was I who had destroyed the ages. He convinced father that it was I who was greedy for wealth and plunder. And as Cirrus dealt the final blow, he tricked father into believing that I was the murderer. But Cirrus did not deal as fast a blow as he had planned, and his father died a slow death. He at last doubted my brother's clever lies. And so, in dying, father imprisoned us both,
There we go.
unsure from which of us the blow had come. I swear to you, what I say is the truth. Release me. You must release me. My brother is a deceitful liar and deserves punishment. I only wish vengeance for my dear father's wrongful murder. Believe me, you must only recover one additional page to release me from this prison. It is the easiest to find. Go to the bookshelf that's in this library. On the far side of the middle shelf, there's a burned book, which is different from the other burned books.
Ooh.
This book is filled with patterns.
Ah,
Find pattern 158.
158.
Mimic its design on the panel in the fireplace. Doing this will bring you to the last blue page. Remember, don't take the red page. Take only the blue page and return it quickly to me. Oh, and do not touch the green book. It is a clever trap to imprison those who have not been warned. Do not be tempted, for you will rot and die imprisoned as I am.
Sure.
I tell you, if you follow my instructions, it will be well worth your while. I promise you that. Go. Go.
All right. So, we'll listen to you in a second. 150. Does it open on 158? Or was I accidentally on 158? Yeah, I don't know. I'm not doing this now. There are. Oh, well, not. You know what? Since I can take the pages and I'm supposed to get them back, I'm gonna do this now so I have every page. Alright, 158. So, then here, and here. Nice. It says D. Isn't. Well, 158, he said. That's the correct pattern. It's this, the, the, this, this, without this, and this. Oh no, it's okay. Now there is a page and a second one, and this book. Now we have been warned not to open it because it could be dangerous, and I don't want to do that. Right now, we are going to not do that. I want to hear his side of the story. We should just only give him 4. What do you have to say for yourself?
Return.
Serious.
Thank you for bringing the red page. Must continue to help me.
Sure.
My name is Cirrus.
Ah, Sirius.
Release me.
That's not what I've been
I
saying
beg
this
you,
entire game.
through me. Must release me, for I release me from this book which has become
The prison.
bring me the red
Mm.
page. Pages, please. Hey. Don't waste time. Look. Don't. My brother. My brother is guilty. I wrongfully imprisoned. Bring the red page to me.
Me. Yeah, so the story is basically gonna be the same. He's in the wrong, he's in the wrong. But there might be some differences at the end that could be interesting.
Additional page. From my prison on this forgotten island of Myst. I see that you are.
You see that I am.
I am called Cirrus.
Mm.
Bring me all the red pages. You must search. Bring me. 2 more. The red and I am released. I promise.
And the thing is, like,
Don't touch
on the original game, this
where my brother,
was
wicked brother,
kind of uneligible. Because the video was of a much lower
he is
quality.
man of
In
distorted
fact,
mind.
I think I can switch to the classic kind of video. No.
Senses. He
It
disgusts
might
me.
also just apply.
Do not release me
This is all of the characters video with the classic FMV style videos on the original list. Only we need to reload a save or restart the game, not to properly see the video change occur. Right. Yeah, it used to like the noises were a lot more like the
now. There is
mix
no
from the sound was a lot more hard to understand. There wasn't any kind of subtitle. You done? You done? There wasn't any kind of subtitles, so it was kind of hard to understand. I mean, again, 1992, 1992, understandable for a game this age. But it's nice to have something that's Understandable.
Each page I can see you more clearly. Soon I will be free from this hard prison.
Oh,
Each page I can see you more clearly. Soon I will be
is that one a
free
little
from
bit
this
closer?
hard prison. You must visit the one remaining age which you have not
Oh,
been.
already?
I am confident
Yeah.
that
Two more pages. That's one more pages to give.
clear to you that my brother
Stop it.
he is guilty. He took advantage of the freedom our father had given us long ago. Achenar began to gain a twisted pleasure, conquest and destruction.
Action.
I ask you again, do not retrieve the Blue Pages. He will destroy both myself and you, just as he destroyed the other ages in Myst. I never will escape. To release me, you must simply bring the red page. And I will tell you the story that I know. Your wisdom
My wisdom.
will see that I am innocent.
I mean, I got my wisdom tooth removed, so I'm hoping that's not what you're asking for. Although even if I still had it, knowing how much of a pain it is, I'm not giving them to you. You done? No. Greatly rewarded. So that does sound. Oh, that does sound like you, Rich. Rich coming from you. I mean, you're rich. You do whatever you want. Oh, nice! Every single page glows when you take one.
Finally returned. I owe you a debt of gratitude, for you have nearly released me. My name is Cirrus. I trust
Serious.
that from your explorations, you've become convinced that my wicked brother Achenar is guilty, and I am innocent. It is I who was wrongly imprisoned
I'm
here.
sorry.
Imprisoned by my... know who you are. How you came to this power. I fully
Don't know either.
at least know something of the
Kinda.
whose father was a master of
Oh,
zero
we learned a lot
requirements of
here.
all
Blah,
describing
blah,
and
blah.
linking to the fantastic places each had room which you now stand was our father's library. It's here in this room on this island named house most of the books. But such by now surely discovered that Achenar is burnt.
Oh, sure. Because he's evil.
Our father was always watchful of our exploration. We grew up under his strict supervision. But when we came of age, he gave us unbridled access. He began to leave our adventures more and more unchecked. Unsupervised as we were, brother began to become disturbed. He began to take more from the Myst ages than he
Oh,
had given. Soon he gained a twisted pleasure from the conquest
no
and
battery.
destruction of the other ages. It was horrific. His thirst for destruction. But alas, even I discovered his insanity. He had completely destroyed all of the Myst ages but 4.
Yeah.
I wasted no time. In warning my father, I thought he would recognize Achenar's guilt. But in a fit of rage, he imprisoned both my brother and myself within the pages of these books.
Apparently the dad is
Designed
not
to hold
dead.
us until he could judge discover the truth, our father embarked on one final journey. However, he has never returned. I can only assume that he perished along the way,
No.
leaving me, an innocent victim, trapped forever.
You're both evil.
But now, you are here to release me. Listen carefully. You must find one more page, and I will be forever free. There is a book on the shelves in this library, which is mostly burned, but has a few pages still intact. It is the last book on the middle shelf. Find it. This book is filled with a variety of patterns. Find pattern 158. Recreate the door of the fireplace. This will bring you to the last real page. Bring that page to me, and I will finally be released. And able to reward you, of course. North Blue Beach. That page finishes my brother's book. Chills me to even think what would happen if you were to release.
Oh, please. Oh, I accidentally pressed on the button. Well, it was just probably just about to say the same thing. And don't use the book, the green book, because it's my favorite, like, for the trap. Well, who are we freeing first? Because I believe this is game over and this is game over. I just want to know which one I want to try first. Which one do we believe more? Do we believe... Give it to me. Do we believe Cyrus? Or I could...
You don't yet have the final page. You must not have understood my directions.
Let's go away. No. Okay. Well,
You don't yet have.
yeah, I trust Cyrus more. Because he's rich, you know, he's gonna give us money. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Oh,
Yes,
who could have foreseen this?
I'm free. Thank you, my friend. My dear friend. You've done the right thing. You stupid fool. It looks like perhaps you're in the book now. And what have we here? A page.
Uh-oh.
Oh no. Oh, I hope you enjoy your new home as much as I enjoyed it.
I sure don't. No.
I can't see you. You're getting less clear.
Oh,
I
yeah,
hope you're into books.
that's my eyes. Oh, my god.
The library looks much the same as I left it. Oh, Akanon! Oh,
Ouch. And we are stuck here.
goodbye.
Goodbye. Oh, it must be boring. Like you've just been imprisoned here for so long. I do wonder if... Oh, okay. Oh no, we lost the game. So, yeah, fair enough. He's evil. Um... Anything that happens afterwards, or are we just going to reload to the last... to the previous save? Oh, okay, no, it's just gonna be... Alright. Well, I don't necessarily want to watch the credits. We are going to watch the same thing for Akana, because there is no right choice basically in this dilemma. Both of them are evil. So we're going to watch it just for the sake of having watched it. Again, I want the lore. I am here to understand what's happening in this game and in this series. And therefore, we must do what we must do. Uh-oh. That's gonna be a lot of transitions. The blue is going to be nicer on our eyes, I think. Oh yeah.
I feel alive. How do you feel, my friend? And what have we here? Perhaps the pages you worked so hard for. Oops. Yes. Perhaps you're seeing the world from my point of view.
Yes, it hurts.
Oh, Cirrus, Cirrus. Maybe someone will rescue you someday.
I'm guessing not.
Oh no. Yes, yes.
Oh, that's the entire communication.
You lose.
Apparently so. But I gotta say, that is a nice looking effect. Like it hurts. Oh, that's the final one. It hurts my eyes when the like white spots appears. Other than that, this looks absolutely wonderful. Oh, don't look towards the bottom. The bottom of the 360 video is showing. Other than that, the effect is really cool looking, gotta admit. And how like it goes in front of the camera, you know, like um how it like yeah, as the pages are being ripped. Oh, okay, hold on. Test. Right. As the pages are being ripped, the effect slowly like comes in front of the camera. That's pretty cool looking. But we are not here for that. That is not an ending I will accept. That is not an ending I will accept. We um are not going to end it here because we have a few more things to do. First of all the books in the library, still have to read them. I'll be oh, it's a bit too close for comfort. I'll be opening an older version of Myst on my computer after we finish with the VR version because I don't want to be reading those in VR. My eyes are already hurting quite a lot. I'm just gonna be finishing like just gonna drink a bit. So sorry. There we go. I'm gonna finish this though because we are not done. We might have explored all of the ages and we might have found all of the pages, but as you can see, both completing Cyrus and Arkanar's book are mistakes. But there's one more page which we obtained on this journey and we haven't done anything with, and it's the page that we got from this marker switch. And there is a book which we were told not to open by the two brothers. But I believe it is now time. I don't need this. I believe it is now time to do it. Let's and put the code one last time. And let's open this forbidden book. Apparently, it is a trap for anyone that isn't warned. It is a trap that their father sent. But I believe I know. I'm not gonna pretend I'm going to pretend for the sake of narration that I don't know, but I've already finished this game, even in VR, so I believe this book might actually be more important than we thought.
Who the devil are you? Don't come here to die. Should I begin? My story is. My name is Atris. Met my sons, Sirius and Act. Red and
Mhm.
blue books on styling, library contains my works, many books that link me to places. Oh, my father, many years ago. But the red and blue books, those were different. I wrote those books to entrap over-greedy explorers that might stumble upon it. But Irisimac journey gave them see the greed growing in them. I had not told them about the red. Their imaginations went wild. They dreamed of riches and power. Of course, they did not know the books were traps. This book, and of course, evil. I had no idea. They removed a single page from my Myst linking book. I cannot return without that page. You, friend, can bring that page to me. Oh, I pray you believe my story above the lies that my sons have told you. If you could find it in yourself, turn that page to me here, done. Go to Myst and bring justice to my sons for what's done. I must return to my writing. Pray that you believe me. Please hurry.
Uh-huh.
Bring the page. Bring the page with you.
That is interesting. So, mm, this is a linking book to apparently the knee. And if I'm not mistaken, it might be the location of Riven. But oh no, no, it isn't. Sorry, it isn't. Okay, I remember what happens. So we need to find a book. So obviously the whole thing with um the two brothers, like one killed the father, one did some, one no, but it just doesn't. No, they just wanted to steal the books, and the greed got them to open those books and get trapped in them. We need to, and to do that, they trapped their father in the knee. We need to bring him one final book, one final page, and we have that page.
Have you found the missing page?
Sure did.
Oh, come, come. Come on then.
Let's go to the knee. Oh, oh, these are some beautiful crystals. Mm,
Ah, my friend, you've returned. The page. Did you bring the page?
sure did.
You've done the right thing. I have a difficult choice to make. My sons have betrayed me. I know
he left for the Age of Mist. Oh, ooh, he came back.
It is done.
Ah,
I have many questions for you, my friend, but my writing cannot wait. I fear that my long delay may have already had a catastrophic impact on the world in which my wife, Catherine, is now being held hostage.
ooh,
Oh, and a reward. I'm sorry, but all I have to offer you is the library on the island of Myst and the books that are contained there. Feel free to explore at your leisure. I hope you find your exploration satisfying. You'll no longer have my sons to deal with. Oh, and one more thing. I'm fighting a foe much greater than my sons could ever imagine.
mm-hmm.
At some point in the future, I may find it necessary to request your assistance. Until that point, I'm afraid you'll enjoy the explorations from my library on Myst. Thank you.
Nice.
The book. You can use the Myst linking book to return to Myst.
So, basically, this is signing us up for a sequel, which is nice to hear. Sequel which already exists and got remastered, which is nice to hear again. And we are going to end this Myst VR playthrough here, because I believe this is the end of the game. The stream is not over yet, though. Those books which he greatly offered as gifts. Oh, wow, great. So he burned the books. Presumably he killed the brothers, which is fair enough. But yeah, those books, there's quite a lot of interesting stuff in there. And again, I want to be playing Riven, knowing kind of the lore of Myst and these 4 ages. And so we're going to quickly end this stream by reading through those books. For now, I'm going to just take a short break because I need to set some things up and all that. But we've got our star, and in the random setting, with all of the pages given. So I am going to put you on the pause screen for now. What is this one? I don't remember. Okay. I'm going to quit the headset. There we go. All right, you should be able to hear me now. This is the end of the obnoxiously scuffed VR streams. Next time we'll be playing Myst, and I think it should be a bit better. But again, stay with me for a sec. I'm gonna take a short break in order to set up everything, and then I'll be back to read some lore, some Myst lore from the first game. Be back in like 5 minutes in order to set everything up. And I am back. I'm back. There we go. Let me change the category of the stream. Myst. Myst, but the old. Mm, which is the one I've got? Gonna be setting up the whole Myst. I think it's real Myst. No, it's not real Myst. Real Myst is not the one that's like on the. No, it's not. It's not the correct one. Let me see. So Steam, library, Myst, Masterpiece Edition. Last time I opened it, 26th of January apparently. Choose a category. Myst Masterpiece Edition. Does it exist on Twitch? And I'm just gonna. Oh, no, it exists. Myst Masterpiece Edition. Perfect. Myst. Lore reading session to end this stream. Let me change a few things. If you see this message, I forgot to change the notification message. Since we're not gonna have any more streams with this setup, next time if you see a message that says I forgot to change notification, I did. Oh hey! Hello, that design fill in the chat. Well, sadly you've just missed the end of the VR stream, but we are still going to be here for a bit because I've got some lore reading to do. But I hope you're doing fine. I heard you were sick. I hope you're not too sick. I hope things are going fairly well. Yeah, lore reading. I wanted to read the books in the library because with Riven coming out a week ago, not well enough to stream. Well, fair enough. Fair enough. Do take a well-deserved break. I wanted to read the books in the library, but in VR it just hurts my eyes, and I don't feel like being in VR for longer than I need to, especially since the setup is fairly scuffed. So I'm going to start. I'm going to launch an older version of Myst, the second remaster, the Masterpiece Edition. I should be able to. Let's see. Game capture, capture game, capture Myst. All right, let's just capture the window in this case. Oh, I cannot. Let's see. Sounds great. I haven't looked in the library books in ages. Oh, nice, nice. Well, you'll be discovering those books again with me then, apparently. Okay, let me just add maybe a full screen window capture, display capture, create a new display capture. Oh no, it's for my entire setup. Capture a specific window. Any full screen application? Would you be able to see this? I don't know. It doesn't want to. Okay, how about options? Wow. It doesn't want to capture Myst. Maybe if I launched. Oh, although it seems to be showing when I'm in full screen. No. Alright. Let me close the game and open it back up with OBS setup. Maybe that's the solution. No, that's not. What is it doing?
I can't put that in not full screen. Well, I think I'll have to like just capture my entire window. Let's just get a display capture. Yeah, well, does it show the game at least? I believe it does. Nice, nice. Just gonna put that in the back of the setup. Okay, well, at least if it works, that's nice to hear. Display capture. You go away. And display capture under game capture. Perfect. So we should be able to read some lore. Let's start a new game. Ooh.
I realized the moment I fell into the fissure that the book would not be destroyed as I had planned. It continued falling into that starry expanse of which I had only a fleeting glimpse. I've tried to speculate where it might have landed. I must admit, however, such conjecture is futile. Still, questions about whose hands might one day hold my Myst book are unsettling to me. I know my apprehensions might never be allayed, and so I close, realizing that perhaps the ending has not yet been written.
That's a banger opening though. Did you hear the sound? Also, does the sound capture work well? Because if it does, then we're all set. A touch too quiet. Well, sorry, I have to see my entire screen, but that should be better. There we go. Alright, so this is a much more different version that we played the past few streams, obviously. Interesting opening because it makes never sense until we've played Riven. Oh! Uh-huh. I thought I understood it, but apparently not. Although, yeah, it's true, I don't know. I mean, I know who he is, obviously, he's Atreus. But it is true that I don't really know why he's throwing the book. So indeed, that is very interesting. Well, I'm hyped to discover it when I finally play Riven in a few weeks. But in the meantime, we're not going to do the old game again. We are going to go to the library. And we've got some books to read. Over here. Oh, they changed the position. No, this is a... Where? Oh, no, okay, they didn't change the position of this book. Nice. It's still in here. Well, let's see. We've got 4 ages. Let's... So, Channelwood age. I have called this age Channelwood. It is a very different world. Though it is exactly how I imagined it, it is still amazing to see it with my own eyes. Water covers this age as far as I can see, except for a small rocky island. Everywhere there are only trees, elsewhere, which grow directly out from the water. A myriad of thin wooden passageways are built just above the water and disappear into the forest. I assume they were built some time ago, for they appear aged. I am eager to discover more about this land and its people, but I arrived here late, and I must rest. I was awakened this morning by strange noises coming from a pathway adjacent to the one on which I had slept. I saw a group of monkey-like people heading my direction. They had not seen me yet. I did not feel threatened by their presence. Their response to me was one that I would have never expected. After staring at me for a short time, they fell to their knees and began what appeared to be some sort of ceremonial worship. I tried to speak to them, but they did not understand my language. Instead, they indicated through enthusiastic hand motion that I was to follow them. As we walked, I began to notice that the waters below were changing colors. Slowly, subtly, they would change from deep blue to muddy orange, then from muddy orange to beautiful clear. I was so intrigued by the water, I hardly noticed that we had arrived at a ladder. Climbing the ladder led us to their village, which is about 10 meters above the water and can only be reached by rope ladders that stretch from the lower paths to the village level, approximately halfway up the giant trees. It is very interesting watching these people carry out their daily task. Even after watching them for hours, I did not understand exactly what they were doing. At sunset, they mentioned for me to follow them. I followed the creatures to the doorway of an enormous hut. Strangely, once inside, I found that the hut appeared even larger than it had from the outside. The walls were garnished. Hold on, I lost. The walls were garnished with bright metal, and in the center of the hut sat the leader of these people. At least he appeared to be the leader, for he sat a meter off the floor in a thick throne. Guards surrounded the strong creature who was dressed in many exotic, colorful fabrics. Next to the leader sat a very old man. At least to some extent he appeared human. Appears, sorry. His hair, which was only on his face and head, was completely grey, almost white, and hung very long again around his frail body. His thin head hung limply by almost a grotesque neck that could not hold its head up to look at me. But what a surprise! This creature could speak my language. Shortly thereafter I was given a bed with some hand motion that looked to be telling me to go to sleep. I look forward to learning more. As I suspected, the ancient creature is a human, but he is old beyond his own reckoning and seems almost insane. However, the street dwellers almost revere him as a god. They are they are treating me now in the same fashion, which makes me feel very uncomfortable. It is almost impossible to understand this old man. His voice is feeble but wild. He adopted much of the language of the tree dwellers. He himself told me that he has not spoken our tongue in ages. He attempted to explain to me the story of this place. The following is my best translation of what he has told me. Many years ago, the humans and tree dwellers lived together in this place, which was then a vast island. They interacted very little. The humans dwelt on the ground and dwelt on the ground, and the tree dwellers lived high above humans. Occasionally, the island was disturbed by mysterious rumbling, which happened randomly, some sort of tectonic or volcanic action, I suspect. Sometimes slight, sometimes heavy tremors would only last for a short time, then they would stop, allowing everything to return to normal. One day things changed. The rumbling began and grew quickly to unprecedented levels. Soon it became apparent that the entire island was sinking slowly into the ocean around them. Many of the humans died that day, but not before sacrificing themselves in order to stop the sinking of the island. The humans who lived through this catastrophe moved into the trees where they gradually died out. Maybe because they were unequipped for such an environment, but I am not sure. This is the story the old man communicated to me, although many details are very unclear in my mind. And I am especially confused how, uh, as to how the humans saved the island from completely sinking. In fact, I doubt the accuracy of that part of the story. The island must have stopped on its own. Yet, the old man believes in the truth of the story as if he had been there. And the tree dwellers worship him, and apparently all humans, as if no, they were heroes or gods. The old man ended our conversation today with an event which I will never forget. He began gripping his hand tightly, murmuring something about rest and sleep. He then said, "But I expected you to come sooner." This action filled me with some sort of immediate dread. With much effort, he stood to his feet. I tried to help him, but he pushed me away with more force than I imagined his frail body contained. The tree dwellers quietly surrounded him with very solemn faces. They then kneeled before him. He walked to each and placed his hand upon their heads. All the while, he murmured words which I did not understand. Finally, he turned to me and smiled. Then he closed his eyes and walked out the door and off of the narrow path, high in the trees. The tree dwellers were silent. They began a procession down the nearest rope ladder. As I was descending, I saw several of them pick up the body he had fallen onto a lower level of the walkways and carried it away. He was laid down at the dead end of a short pier-like structure. With the use of some potion, one of the three creatures lit the pier on fire, and I watched as the flame engulfed him. As this strange funeral proceeded, the waters around the pier changed to a dull green. This morning I awoke, finding it hard to even believe the previous evening's event. The water is a dull green for as far as I can see now. For some reason, the water no longer shifts color. As I wander through the pathways, the creatures watch me, curious to see what I will do next. They are constantly offering me strange objects of affection. I even found food outside the doorway to the room in which I had slept. This is a unique race of being. I hope to learn their language soon so that I may learn more from them. I lived on this world for 3 months on and off now, and the tree dwellers have shown great hospitality. I am even beginning to learn bits of their language. I have decided to return home for an extended stay with my loving wife and sons, and hopefully return with them. However, I am sure Catherine will once again refuse. I think this age would be a wonderful experience for them all, and I at least look forward to how Sirius and Akana will react to its curious inhabitants. Catherine is staying behind, as expected. My sons have returned with me, and they enjoy this age very much. They get along very well with the tree dwellers, and are picking up their language surprisingly fast. I have no doubt that it will not be too long until they can speak with the tree dwellers much better than myself. I am leaving tomorrow to check Os Osmoyan on the Osmoyan age. Sirius has suggested that I allow him and his brother to stay. Though the idea unsettles me, I know the bulls are growing up rapidly. The hospitality of these creatures is such that I could think of no better place to leave them alone for a short while. So I will consent to their request. I want the boys not to take advantage of the respect the traders have for them for their ideas. They seem to understand my warning, and I have faith they will follow it. Much to my dismay, upon arriving in Everdunes, I learned from Pran and her people that continuing and her people are continuing to be menaced by the chaotic. Chaotic? Chaotic? Chaotic. Hmm. Chaotic? I fear for their survival and plan on returning to her shortly after checking on Sirius and Akana here. See Evidence Journal for more information. After watching Cirrus and Akana, I see that they are handling things very well, and I think I can put to rest any fear about leaving them in Channelwood again, and for a little longer time. The tree dwellers seem slightly distressed that I am leaving, but are happy that Cirrus and Akana are staying behind again. I've been gone for over 3 days, and I've been to many different places. I had to tell Cirrus and Akana about Pran's death today, and they were visibly shaken. Although they only remembered her from their childhood, Catherine had suggested that it would be wise for Cirrus and Akana to leave Channelwood for a while, and I have to agree. They will be returning with me when I live again. I have told my son that they will be returning with me in 2 days. They spent the entire night telling me of an adventure they experienced in my absence, and it was rather remarkable. It seemed they'd constructed a boat with the creatures and traveled some ways out into the surrounding water. I enjoyed hearing them talk excitedly about their adventure, and I'm reminded of my own adventures as a child. I finally understand why the tree dwellers have been giving me their their many inks and insisting I write with them. Looking through some of my past entries, I see now that the inks have changed from black. I thought they were to various different colors. I have shown some of the creatures my journal and they laughed and, and howled. I did not know they had such a sense of humor. Even now, as I look through this very colorful journal, I cannot help but laugh myself. We will be returning tomorrow, so my sons are with the creatures from the last night here. They have told me they would like to come to Channelwood again, and also asked me if they can visit some other ages alone. Though I will have to think over their request, I believe they have proven to me that they can be trustworthy and responsible. Catherine will also have to help me decide whether they are ready to travel alone. For now, I must give my farewells to the creature, for I do not know how long it will be until I visit this age again. And I believe he didn't. Alright, well that was a very interesting story. Um, that was a very interesting story, sure. About like discovering this age and learning about its story. Oh yeah, you can see the point where they start giving him ink. Right here. He's been living for 3 months on and off, and he's been using the inks to write, and that's where it started changing color. That's a little bit of storytelling. Okay, well, let's move on to... Which is this one? Oh, Stone Ship. Let's move on to Stone Ship Age. Emmett was the first to live on the rocks. He named them the rocks because that is what they were. A group of sharp rock clustered together in the middle of a large sea. This was where Emmett lived. He enjoyed his life. Emmett would occasionally swim to nearby rocks as it was never too far of a distance. One day another person appeared on the rock, for no apparent reason to Emmett. Emmett named this new person Branch. Emmett and Branch quickly became friends, swimming and hunting for fish together often. Emmett showed Branch the simple cave in which he lived on the smallest rock. Soon, Branch discovered the place where he decided to live, also on the same large rock. The sun always shone brightly in their world, and the water was always dazzlingly clear, allowing them to see almost to the deep ocean floor which surrounded them. Though the sun always shone, it was never too hot for the boys. A light breeze always came from the north and cooled the area down. One day, while Branch was swimming and having fun in the water, he noticed another boy swimming. Boy brought the new boy to Emmett to find out what to call the new boy. Emmett said the boy should be called Will. Will was soon a part of the group, and all three of the boys swam and enjoyed a perfect world. At least that is the story I was told when I arrived today on the island. Emmett, Branch, and Will were surprised to see me at first, but even before the night ended, we were all becoming good friends. Today, the second day on this newly created age, a strange thing happened. Well, it was not strange to me, but the three boys did not understand what was happening. When I was relaxing under a large tree, one of the smaller rock islands began to rain. It was a nice rain that lasted for about an hour in the morning. I explained to the boys that the rain was not harmful, yet they obviously still feared it. Before going to sleep tonight, I told the boys I would leave the following day. I told them that while I was gone, I would make surprising change in their world. They didn't understand. Not that I expected them to. I still do not fully understand what happened today. I was experimenting with the art and testing the limit of the rules as dictated to me by my father. I attempted to create a boat by writing it into the world. I thought everything was planned correctly, yet somehow the boat had become gripped by the rock and broken in half. Although this test did not turn out as I hoped, I now have answers to a few of my questions my father never answered. As for the boat, I can see the boys enjoyed it anyway, and with that I am pleased. They have played on it all day. Even though the boat cannot move, I enjoy studying from it. It is a much sturdier platform than the jagged rocks. In the course of my observations, I have learned some very interesting things regarding the solar system of this age. The nights are absolutely beautiful here. I've made a note of and named the number of constellations that passed above me. Also, during the night, I catch glimmers of lights from the horizon, which I have not yet been able to discover if it is created by some natural phenomena or additional people on Five Island or rocks. I should very much like to discover which. I rather suspect it is additional people, which would explain the appearance of Branch and Will. The rain today was slightly heavier than usual. Just when the boys were getting used to the light rains, a small storm arrived. They were frightened of the heavy rain, not to mention the thunder and lightning. If Fred had never fallen here until recently, as the boys told me, I would like to discover why it is falling now. Regardless, I have decided to return home for a short while. I've also been thinking of some plans for a lighthouse that I hope to construct soon. I think that perhaps by shining a bright light towards the horizon, I might prove my suspicions regarding additional inhabitants. They would be curious about the light and travel to discover its source, if they had the means. I return with many tools that I will need to construct the lighthouse. I decided that once the lighthouse is complete, I will live for some time and let the world's own imagination have control. We have worked 3 weeks on the lighthouse now and are making great progress. The rocks that, that we are building on seems to not be as secure as I would like. I've had to alter my plans slightly, but those alterations pose no real problems. The boys are quite strong and have been helping me immensely. I estimated construction will be done in 2 days. The lighthouse is finished, and we are all proud of our creation. The boys are amazed that the structure wrought from rocks with their own hands. That evening, we powered up the engine, much to the boys' dread at first, and shined a great light to the horizon for many hours. I stayed the night in the top of the lighthouse, and in the morning awoke to observe the sunrise, without my being coated with the chilly blanket of an ocean dew I had become accustomed to. It was Will who first saw the girl. She was swimming not far from the boat where Will was getting ready to hunt for fish. Then Will noticed a man not far away from the girl. Emmett was very pleased to meet the additional neighbors. I feel pleased to leave this age. I have set in motion events that have nothing to do with writing or the art, that will have more profound impact on this world than I could have ever written. I think. Oh, I think of this age as a gift to myself that I will wrap up and someday open in the future, only to discover that it has changed so much that it is indeed a surprise. Beside, I have another new age that awaits me. It seems I'm going to need somewhere to travel underwater in this new age, and so much planning is in order. It has been 10 years since I left this age, which I have since called the Stone Ship Age. Upon returning, I cannot believe the changes that have taken place. The original three boys have grown into adults, and there are many new faces that I do not recognize. Branch told me that it has not rained for 7 years and the cool breezes are back again. They're all very content and were serving me with new foods and showing me new materials that I've discovered. It even seemed that they found gold somewhere. I see it in the many forms around the island. My lighthouse has been kept in perfect condition, and it looks like they tried their very best to keep it so. And yet, I have noted that the entire rock was built it was built on has sunk approximately 40 or 50 centimeters. After a wonderful visit with my old friend, I wondered aloud with them what things would be like here in another 10 years. Alright, well, that is very interesting. That is very, very interesting because before we weren't sure if the books were a way to go to a certain place that already existed or if it was a way for like if it was a whole universe that Atreus has created. But now it is clear. It is something that Atreus has created. Those books lead to someplace new. And it is very interesting to know that he can actually change the world by writing different things in them. So that is very interesting. And it also gives like a lot of context as to what is on this island. Why is there a ship? Why is there a lighthouse? It is very interesting. Okay, so now we've got. Oh, I want to keep this book for last. Firstly, because it seems to be fairly short. Second of all, because it's my favorite. It's my favorite one. Let's get to the mechanical age. Before arriving in this age, I was determined that it would be a journey to a world very different from my previous adventure. And it was. The sky here was dark and grey, and incessantly displays flashes of lightning in the distance. I met a very old man with a long beard and hair that hangs to his waist. He is very feeble and has trouble even moving. This man has obviously been through very, through very many things in this strange world, and I have learned many things from him. He has told me he he has told me an interesting story about this world's history. Years ago, he told me, there was a beautiful city that rose up out of the water. It housed many people that inside its walls, and the people that has the people had everything they wished for. The city was surrounded by three high hills, which rose higher than the city. On the west hill of the city rested a large lookout post. The people of the city had constructed the post expecting visitors to arrive from the east. The people had no means of traveling on the water, which forced them to merely wait for friend or foe. As time passed, friendly visitors brought rumors of an enemy that existed beyond the horizon. The people grew fearful, yet nothing happened. One day, the usual sunny sky became dark as night, and black ships appeared on the horizon. The lookout post attempted that peace, The lookout posts attempted at peace were turned away, and the sentries there were easily overwhelmed. The ship continued to wreak havoc on the city, apparently destroying everyone and everything. After the foundations of the city had been destroyed, the city sank deep into the ocean, and only the lookout outpost remained. The black ship sailed away. The man continued to say that 8 people had hidden and managed to survive through the attack. In the 9 years since the attack, 2 of the survivors had died. He also said that it was rumored that 10 years from the attack, the enemy would return to finish the destruction that started long ago. I have decided, since hearing the man's story, it would be admirable to save the civilization and stop this enemy's plan of destruction. I am excited about the adventure that awaits me, and an idea sparked into my mind to provide the needed defense for these people. I met the remaining survivors today, and I have begun work on plans for protection. Mhm, mhm. After a short absence, I have returned to this age with my 2 sons. They have, as of yet, traveled rarely with me, and they are understandably excited to be here. They have grown considerably since ever Dunes, and it is already obvious to me that they will be of great help this time, instead of the nuisance they were in the past. All 3 of us, along with the 4 of the healthiest survivors, began construction today. We are building upon the old city's ruins, which will provide a perfect foundation for our fortress. My sons have been spending much of their time on the South Island, where most of the materials are stored. I'm very pleased with their intelligence and creativity in this, and their creativity is refreshing to see as they work on on sort of small project on their own. It has been over 4 months now, and the construction is going well. My sons love the world except for its grey sky. They detest the grey sky and tell me many times they wish the skies there were a little like the blue skies in Myst. The old man I first talked to tells me that the enemy is due in 4 months. I feel we will be ready when the time comes. The man reminds me of Emmett. In the many ways I often wonder how Emmett and his people are doing. It has been 6 months of work, and we have finally finished the fortress. It rests between the 3 hills, which are now only islands due to the rising water level that the people experienced after the attack. Inside the fortress, I have designed a most intriguing device. It makes use of a technology called holography. And I began experimenting on my visits to Aspermere. It will be working in a couple of days after I compensate for the small miscalculations. This holographic device will enable the survivors to learn how to use the fortress. The enemy is due to come soon, and I trust the fortress will provide sufficient protection for all of us. The black ships have come. Their attack was substantial. Their weapons have been stopped, and it appears they have turned away in defeat. I could not help but smile as I watched their boats leave, the insignia of the black ship. Last night we had a small celebration, and the old survivors danced their dances of old. My son did not understand why the sky had not turned back to its original blue. The man told him that the storm would never end until the enemy was destroyed. I assured my son that the blue sky was not worth the risk of death, and they seemed to hear me. I've had a healthy adventure, and I began to work on a new book. Once again, I must leave a familiar age in search of a new universe. I began. But first, I will have an extended time with Catherine, whom I've missed very much. I must also return to the people of Tide. I believe in my travels I have found some substance that will ease the pain of their bones ailment that they have long endured. I hope to return to the mechanical age one day and find the population growing and my fortress still strong. Though the skies may have been black, I am confident that the people here feel a heavier darkness have been lifted from their shoulders. All right, very interesting. So this was between this was after he went to the stone ship age, but before he came back, so in the 10-year gap between the two. Well, let's finally read this book. I'm not sure they tell the name of the age in this one. I don't remember it from last time I played. Um, but it's somewhere on the wiki. Alright, it has been a while since I have heard only silence, and I enjoy it greatly. I think for some reason I do not feel altogether welcome in this new world but in which I had arrived. But how could I be unwelcome in an age with no inhabitants? It is, of course, only in my head. This world is very beautiful, but I think I have yet to ever write in a journal that an age I have linked to is horrid or disgusting. From the grassy hills in which I am standing, I can see green fields below, along with a few scattered forests. A rather large lake looms in some distance from where I am standing, yet the water's blue can be seen plainly from here. Uh, large lake looms in the distance. Okay. The air is fresh and the sky is sparkled with white clouds. It is absolutely breathtaking, and yet that strange feeling again. Perhaps it is the odd breeze that comes to blow from the north, harder than I would have imagined. It almost singes my skin, and I feel quite and comfortable when it comes. I will try to ignore it. Night has almost arrived, and the sunset is spectacular. Oranges and reds have settled above the western horizon. The night has come, the horizon still grows red, long past the sunset. Dark reds flow from the horizon and blend into this black sky. Again, the feeling. I am beginning to believe it is not only in my mind. I'm asleep now. I will need my strength to explore more tomorrow. I've had to return home due to an unpredictable natural occurrence more frightening than I have ever expected. I was awakened by a terrible shaking in the ground and explosions on all sides of me. Gigantic balls of fire were falling from the sky, and I immediately left in fear of my life. I must remember to bring a Myst linking book with me when I return, in case the one left there has been destroyed or damaged. I have returned to a different world than the one I had left 3 months ago, that transformed into a barren, desert land with only gigantic craters scattered across the land to provide variety. Strangely enough, the small grass hills I spent my first night on remained exactly the way I found it. Apparently, the falling meteors did not hit this area, leaving an oasis in the midst of this horrible desolation. The hot wind, I remember, has turned into a rather pleasant breeze, which at least which is at least one improvement. I fear it is the only improvement. The magnificent lake I saw my first visit is now completely dried up. However, another lake now exists and appears to be quite a bit larger. I assume one of the falling meteors created this lake due to its circular shape and the jutting rocks that grow out of the center of the lake. The rest of this world seems like desert, although I will verify that statement with closer inspection. Though this world has very little visual excitement to offer, it offers much to the ears. Sounds constantly flow from my ears, and I found where a few of them originated. It seems as Catherine says, I do find beauty in everything. Last night I was awakened by a horrible hissing. I was sweating, and the heat was so intense I immediately dipped my hand in a nearby stream to cool it down. The hot breeze has returned, along with a low roar from the ground. I walked a short distance to observe some red flames shooting from the earth. Suddenly, the ground began to crack and a huge chasm opened. The chasm continued to grow until it was far too wide to cross. And then tumult subsided, leaving only a dull roar. I've decided, however, I can use the chasm to my advantage. Perhaps the heat from the chasm can be harnessed. Even as the chasm has ripped into the surface of this world, it has opened a new world to explore. Although uncomfortably hot, I found it possible to reach a cave in the chasm that has been created. And I have now explored deep into the crust of this planet. I found and and have now explored deep into the crust of this planet. I have found a vast underground system that will take many years to map and explore. I will also look for a safer way to reach the underground than through the chasm well. This age seems to change on its own, so I feel I should lead again and see if things are different when I returned. It is also important that I check on Sirius and Akana and make everything is going well. When I return, I hope to bring back some tools that we need for my plans to explore the underground. The abundance of raw material here is beginning to amaze me. I have returned with some of the complex tools I knew I would be needing. I have assumed mm, I assumed I would have returned for more basic material, however, it seems though I will be able to find everything I need here. Of course, iron is abundant, but I also found titanium occurring naturally. I am all the more excited to begin work. Everything is set and I look forward to tomorrow. My raw materials are all here. I think I will be able to have most of my additions to this age completed within a year. I so love working my hands, whether writing or building. I began well and I have decided 3 meters is not enough to support amazingly strong. One of my most prized invention. I am extreme. Never imagined it had come together. I doubt. Could possibly work with 14 instead of completely fatigued. I am so happy to have tomorrow. I am leaving today in order to bring back Cirrus and Arcanar. I have left them alone in Channelwood. I believe they will enjoy all there is to see here. The age seems to have stabilized. I believe the meteor set off a period of volcanic activity by piercing through the shallow crust, but the tremors have become few. I've just noticed that a large amount of this journal has curiously vanished from the very pages on which I wrote over the last 18 months. Fortunately, I have copied many of my construction notes in another journal. I do not understand the many mysteries of this world, but I trust I will discover logical answers to my question. I have a feeling that many of my questions can be answered in another age, which I hope to travel to soon. But for now, I must simply accept this world's mysteries and take pride in my accomplishment. Well, I am excited to find this book somewhere else. That might be an interesting thing to find and read, maybe on a later game. For now, though, I think that is going to be it for Myst. We played for the whole game, saw both bad endings. We saw both bad endings. We saw the true ending, and we read the lore of this place. I'm going to confirm, though, the tombstone in this remaster of Myst seems to actually be a completely new thing. Alright. Well, that is going to be it, though. Let me switch over to another screen, or like, hold on, display capture, hide it. Um, yeah, I'm just gonna quickly rename this screen capture. And that should be it for this Myst playthrough. That was very exciting. That was a very nice and enjoyable experience, especially in VR, where it might have been fairly hard to get everything working. At the end of the day, it worked fine. There are currently a lot of sales on Steam, and I've got a Riven game that I need to buy. Not right now, though. I'm gonna wait until I've got some money, but then I'll be able to buy the VR version of Riven, and we will be playing it when I come back from my holiday. I am leaving next Friday, not the one that's coming over, but the 12th, and I will be gone for the entire 15 to 20, the 15 to 21st. But I will be back on the 22nd, and that is when we'll play Riven. In the meantime, I still have this week and the next week, so that's 2 weeks of streams um, that I will be able to do on a game. I'm gonna look for my Steam library right now, and I'm gonna try and find something we could play next time. Let's see. I'm looking for, and if there's anyone in chat that has any suggestions, I'd like to find a short, preferably like maybe 5 to 7 hour game that I could play over the next 2 weeks. Preferably a puzzle game, though I am open to chill. I'm open to very different suggestions. Just chill story games, nice puzzle games, um, and I will also look to for other things. I might also just stream something completely different, you know? Like I've got a very varied Steam library. I've got like Terraria, Binding of Isaac, Stardew Valley, Spelunky 2, Deep Rock Galactic, Satisfactory, um, and even like games like Ultra Kill. So I've got a very varied amount of games I can play. But I've got a backlog somewhere. Let's see what I've got. Leukemia and Cypher could be some good games. Factorio is not a 2 weeks kind of stuff. Oh, Invento, or yeah, Invento seems like a cool game. A nice puzzle game. That could be a nice thing to look at. Lingo, I believe I need more time to play this one. Railbound, the same vein of Invento, in fact, made by the same dev. Same dev that made Golf Pick, if you're wondering, by the way. Golf Pick's wonderful puzzle game, and it's in the same vein, so maybe like these can be very good ideas. Return of the Obra Dinn, I'll wait until I've got more time to play this game, but I will. Riven, obviously not. Shovel Knight, Slime Rancher 2. Got Snakebirds, which I could play, but it's probably gonna take more than 2 weeks. Talos Principle VR is a story for a whole other day. Alright, I don't really see much in there other than those two chill puzzle games. Let's see a list of my different games. Um, I'm gonna share my screen. I think I think I can share my screen on this. If you're interested in watching my Steam library and seeing what games I have, if you have any suggestions of game you'd like to see me play. I could play Pix of Yore for if you stream. This is a very nice climbing game. And I've got the final mountain, which I have yet to surmount, so that could be a good game to play. Hmm. Outer Wilds, I'm not going to be playing this game for a while. Hmm. I'm all well willing to play. The Willy Snake's going to take a long more time than this if I want to replay it. Taiji, I'm going to wait for some longer amounts of time. Portal 2 could be a good game because I've never finished it. I could play Portal 2. That is an idea. That is an idea. Portal 2 is on the list. Let's see. Jump King, Love 3, Infinite Factory, Sensorium. I don't see much, and I don't believe I can find that much in the following games. How have I only, how do I only have 4 hours on the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe? Like, I definitely don't have just 4 hours on the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. And I am still waiting for the 10 years achievement. Although we are well on our way. Oh, July 20th. It's almost going to be 2 years since I've played this game. Yeah, no, I do believe we found potential candidates. Well, if you see anything in this list that might interest you, or if you have any suggestions, don't hesitate to say, to tell them in the comments. I'm going to try and get those 3 Myst streams up by as soon as possible. But, like, basically. But if you have any suggestions, don't hesitate to share them in the comments. In the meantime, I will be seeing you later on, honestly. I'll try to find something by the end of the week so I can get a stream this week and then maybe 2 or 3 next week. And then I'm looking forward to Riven. Oh, 2.5 hours of streaming. That was a good one. That was a long stream. Well, it's gonna be the end though. So I will see you next time for a following stream. And I wish you a good day, good evening, good whatever. So see you then, and in the meantime, take care.